it had been just a dream for 18 years. To follow in his father's championship-winning footsteps.
Bobby Rahal wins at Indianapolis.
But the dream is now his sole focus. A goal within the realm of becoming reality. With motorsport milestones reached years before any others, 23-year-old Graham Rahal has embarked on the 2012 IndyCar season. Allied with a super team, and hungry for the wins that have eluded him since he broke through 4 seasons ago.
Graham Rahal, in his first IndyCar Series start, will win.
For the next 36 hours, Graham Rahal takes us into his competitive world of speed and determination on IndyCar 36. It is early Saturday morning near Birmingham, Alabama, at a misty Barber Motorsports park, and Graham Rahal is on his way to work.
Morning.
From March until September, he calls his motor coach home while traveling and chasing his dreams on the IndyCar circuit. Ever a concern in the racing world, the weather is foremost in Graham's mind on this morning.
Got a lot of fog this morning. It's hard to tell what it's going to do, whether it rained so hard yesterday. It's hard to tell whether it's going to dry up this morning or stay wet, but it's early, 7 a.m. We'll get out there and get running within the hour, so hope it's a good day.
At 23, Graham Rahal is the youngest driver in the IndyCar series. But as the son of 3-time IndyCar champion and 1986 Indianapolis 500 winner Bobby Rahal, he's been coming to the racetrack for more years than most.
When he was little, when he was 5, 6 years old, his nickname was a shadow because he was kind of like stuck to my hip. You know, wherever I went, he went.
Growing up, I mean, I don't think that I knew any different than, you know, to grow up as a Rahal, to grow up at the racetrack. It was second nature. I mean, that's what we did. I followed him everywhere, and I loved that.
I don't think it's any surprise today that anybody who knew Graham when he was a little kid, that he's doing what he's doing today. In the end, you know, this is where he wanted to be, so here we are.
Barber is a fast 17-turn circuit, originally designed for motorcycles. Passing here is tough. And with a new defending rule implemented by new Chief Steward Bo Barfield, passing may be even tougher. It's a half hour until the already short Saturday morning practice session, and fog has settled in around the track. There is concern.
We have to run a bit, but the fog's getting worse, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Laguna.
But they can't really move us back, I don't think, because they got
It's other
all this other stuff going on.
To add to the concern, the second of Friday's 2 practice sessions was run in a downpour and ultimately cut short.
It puts us in a tough position today because our car wasn't great in the dry yesterday. So now we've lost the second session. Now we've got 20 minutes this morning to warm up. Really don't know where we stand. We've changed a lot of things overnight, more than we would normally change. It's pretty tricky. It puts you in a bind. I mean, the guys that were quick in the dry yesterday definitely have the advantage at this point.
Track time is now precious.
Have they said anything like delaying it or still wet out there, or what's it look like? Yeah, but if it's like this will dry pretty quick. Oh yeah, the helicopter can't fly in the fog. Well, that could be a while.
Yeah.
They always need a helicopter to land, and if he can't get in, then we can't run.
As the clock ticks, clearing skies and a firm track schedule allow teams but a single lap. Nothing more than a rudimentary systems check. The weather wins again.
All of the cars will roll off of pit lane. We'll get 1 installation lap and we'll roll back onto pit lane. Qualifying is going to be very, very interesting.
Either like that or...
Gotta have confidence.
With just over an hour until qualifying, Graham Rahal has placed his trust in the overnight work of his crew. And minus track time, it's his only option. IndyCar 36 is brought to you by Firestone, the first name in Indy racing, and by NTB, home of the guaranteed lowest price on tires. See store for details. Bobby and Graham Rahal have been at the racetrack together for many years. But more recently, a place that they seek a bit of solitude and silence is on the golf course.
Playing with Dad it's a lot of fun, but you can tell sometimes, you know, he just gets so locked into business or racing or whatever it is, it's hard to kind of get his mind free. But my dad and I have a very, very special relationship, so it's always fun to be out, you know, playing with him.
You get to spend 6 hours or 5 hours, whatever the amount of time might be, you know, together and talk. It's great bonding.
It's a little thin, but it's gonna get there.
With the return of Bobby's own IndyCar team to full-time competition this season, father and son now find themselves in the unusual position of opponents.
Yeah, it's a little odd, to be honest, because you know, it's your son. Yeah, you have to beat him, but you don't necessarily want to beat him, but you have to beat him. So.
Well, you don't have to.
Yeah. It's amazing how, you know, this family thing only goes to a certain point, because when I ask him for a setup sheet, he doesn't give it to me.
And now it's getting even worse. He's always asking questions, but can't share.
No answers.
Can't share.
Share the love, you know? Come on, it's Dad.
All right.
I'm over here somewhere.
Yeah, you hit it pretty good. You hit it just dead straight out.
My attitude or my approach to this thing is, as much as I'd love Graham to drive for us, I think for him it's better that he drives for somebody else, because he has the credibility. People know he's there because of him, not because of me. I didn't want him to think he had to walk in my footsteps. I wanted him to create his own. And I think he's doing that.
It's 9:30, Saturday morning, minutes from qualifying. A unique 3-round knockout format sees the top 6 from each group advancing. Be quick now, or be at the back tomorrow. Graham handily advances through round 1, posting the second fastest time of his group. But feedback for lead engineer Martin Parr is crucial for continued improvement.
Felt pretty good. I missed the tire badly.
Do I need to start him higher? Well, you bottoming on the early lap?
No, but it won't do the downshift to 4th, and it screwed me up a couple times. When I did the 5, it wouldn't go down, and I almost freaking went straight off. When I used the curb, it bites. Like in 9, the thing really bites, and it's like, you know, really gets snappy. I wouldn't lower it. No. Just because I don't want to make it worse in the high speed. 31 good? Yeah, wasn't bad. That's where I left a lot on the table, I think, the first couple laps.
Round 2 will be quicker, and to advance, nothing can be left on the table. Graham works his way to 5th, safe to advance, but then drops to 8th as the clock ticks.
With about 3 minutes to go in this session, Vizo, Rahal, Power, Conway, Pagano, and Briscoe are on the outside looking in.
69.9. Good job.
We got a problem on track. It's Ryan Hunter-Ray. Ryan has lost the rear end of the car, made contact with the Armco.
Flag, grab, red flag. Car 28. Driver's right, turn 9.
With the clock ticking down, will any of the other drivers get a shot at those 6 drivers that right now are poised to move on to the Fast 6?
Checkered flag. Checkered flag, guys, that's it. We're, Graham, we're P8, 71.58. Sorry, bud. Tell them that they just screwed everybody. Well, he was not anywhere near in the racing line. Yeah. There's no reason that needs to go yellow. None.
We'll have to talk to Bo and say, what the because he's on the right, on an exit of a turn that you're out on the left-hand side. It's like, why red? When we only had 2 minutes to go.
You got hosed. Just a bunch of man. Why did they go yellow on that? Obviously, we're just frustrated just simply because there's no reason for a yellow in that situation. In essence, just ruin everybody else's qualifying because of that. A lot of things add up
when Bo introduces blocking. Then he sets the grid here this weekend. And now there's a whole bunch of us that probably should have been in the top 6 that aren't. And I didn't get the worst of it, you know, I mean, I'm 8th. And I went up to race control, and asked him, and he has no reason. He has no reason. He said, oh, well, a car crashed and we needed to attend to him. Not really. With 4 minutes left in the session, you just let it play out. We're here to win, and we work hard to win, and you don't like the officials to play a role.
With his work on the track complete before noon, Graham decides that at a unique place like Barber, a little exploration is in order.
We would often reference Barber as like the Augusta of motorsports. The attention to detail on every little thing. It's incredible what Mr. Barber's done here, and it's a great place to come and race.
Of most interest to Graham is George Barber's Vintage Motorsports Museum, which houses his collection of over 1,200 motorcycles.
They go fast, these things. How fast do they go now? They probably go 200 on the oval. At least. He's got some bikes downstairs, all like World War II stuff. Really, really cool. 5 horsepower. That thing back in the day was probably a hot rod.
From the museum, Graham stops at the IndyCar fan zone to mingle and sign autographs. His relationship with the fans is important, and he embraces his role with the sponsors as well. As the day winds down, there remains a bit of work on that front.
Every week we surprise an NTB, or I guess any Service Central employee, with a bit of a gift that's kind of like our crew chief for the day. It's kind of a cool opportunity for them because they get front row seats to everything that goes on. There it is. Man, look at this one. This thing looks top notch.
You got a sale going on.
They do. Buy 2, get 2 free. How are you?
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
You're actually going to be the honorary crew chief for Graham Rahal, working alongside with John for the NTB Service Central Chip Ganassi IndyCar.
Awesome.
So much of this sport is not only about winning races anymore. Really, that's what makes my situation now so special, in the relationship that I have with Service Central. And you feel very loyal to those people and those people that help you. And I think if you work hard for them, it goes both ways.
His day now over, Graham heads back to the track and the solitude of his motor coach to begin to prepare his mind for Sunday's challenge. The race is now 16 hours away. Sunday morning, race day. Barber is the second of back-to-back race weekends. Another early start for a crew who have been working flat out since leaving their home in Indianapolis over a week and a half ago. On this morning, the car must be ready for the warm-up session at 8:40.
Morning, everybody. It's race day. It's about 7:50 now to warm up at 8:40. It only gets busier from there.
The Sunday morning warm-up is the critical last track session for the teams prior to the race. Approaching it properly is crucial, and often easier said than done.
We're running 8:45 a.m. You know, we're not going to race till 1:45. You have to think ahead to the different temperatures, what's it going to be like, how much is it going to change the car. So it's tricky. Sometimes you can just confuse yourself.
One is a 71.5, you are P5. Mixture 3, please, fuel mixture 3. 3, P3. Gonna pit this lap to switch to red. This will be a hot stop.
The morning warm-up is also a good time for teams to practice vitally important.
Okay, you're all clear, there you go. Good to go, one more lap, one more lap. Checkered flag, checkered flag.
I definitely feel like it needs to have a little bit more control in the rear. A little better power down. On the first lap, it was bottoming pretty hard, but it was by far the most grip. We were P5 this morning, and it felt pretty good. The car's not great. We're a little ways off, I think, of being where we need to be. So we've got some work to do.
With the race start now just over 3 hours away, Graham's schedule until then is tightly choreographed, beginning with the race strategy meeting.
Where are we at on fuel today?
Well, we were doing like about 3:15 at 73-second lap times. And we went out this morning and we're going quite a bit quicker than that, burning 3:05. So that makes for a 3-stop race unless we get some help on yellows and a lot of help on fuel mileage most of the race. So
Finally, with an hour to the start, pre-race festivities begin with driver introductions.
Looks like a great crowd over there. Grandstands look 100% full.
Hey, races, put your hands together for Graham Rahal!
Tough.
Be safe, go fast, brother. We'll see you in victory lane.
Now 33.5 hours into the 36, Graham Rahal is finally set to take care of the weekend's most important business. His focus is singular.
Green, green, green.
The green flag falls. The 3 of Elio Castroneves. Mark James will lead him into 1.
He'll grab the spot. James Hinchcliffe grabs P2, and Scott Dixon P3. He's got some coming into the high side and Mike Conway. Tony Kanaan, J.R. Hildebrand go side by side as they exit turn 3.
Got one on your inside. You're in the middle. You got one outside. You're clear inside if you want it. All clear, all clear.
Graham Rahal looks to be a mover. He dances to the high side and Tony Kanaan. Now he'll tuck in behind him, but Elio Castroneves in command.
On the outside, looks like one of the cars trying to make a move. Graham Rahal has gone to 4th place.
Castroneves works his way all the way down now into turn number 9. Then behind him it's Hinchcliffe about 2 car lengths back. Then Dixon and Rahal. Rahal, the big mover, already made up half his positions. He started 8th, now into 4th.
Great job. Keep going there.
Keep in mind, guys, when we talk about Graham Rahal, what he's done here just in this early outset, there is no push to pass this year. So for Graham Rahal to go from 8th position to 4th, he's already made up 4 spots, guys. He made up 2 of those spots on that first lap.
So a great start for Graham and the team. But the race is young. IndyCar 36 has been brought to you by Firestone, the first name in Indy racing, and by NTB, home of the guaranteed lowest price on tires. See store for details. By lap 5 of the race, Graham Rahal had already moved from 8th to 4th. Fuel strategy is often part of this game. Making lap 23 before refueling is the goal.
We'll be coming in on this one. Great job.
Graham does well, stretching fuel to lap 27.
Lap, please. Pit this lap. Take it easy. Hit the mark. Nice job.
Guys, I don't think anybody would have guessed anyone could have gone as long as Graham Rahal did on 18.5 gallons of fuel. They filled it up. He's down and away. A great stop for Graham Rahal.
Oh, green, green, green. Good job. You're all clear. You're all clear. All clear. That's the leg in front. That's the lead pack in front of you. Nice job, Graham. No pressure behind.
Graham rejoins the fight in 4th. Solid pit work from a crew who are now beginning to smell a podium finish.
3. Great job, Graham. Great job. Mixture 3. Catching Hinchcliffe. Great job. Let's go get him. Pick up the pace a little bit. He's pretty quick.
Never quite able to challenge Hinchcliffe, Graham is shuffled to 5th position after the 2nd round of pit stops. His sights are now set on Elio Castroneves and 4th place.
Great job. Let's go get Castroneves. Good job. The fastest cars on the track. Great job. Keep it up. We're catching those guys. We got to catch those guys in front.
On lap 67, both Graham and Castroneves make their final stops. But while in, the yellow flag flies. This sets up a restart, and Graham pounces.
Be ready, be ready. Green, green, green.
They'll see the green flag, and they'll accelerate. A lot of dicing behind the leaders. What a great restart across the line, side by side, Mark James, into turn number 1.
But Scott Dixon has to lift. That gives Will Power the advantage. Behind Will Power, all kinds of melee.
Good job, Graham. Nice job. Buddy, great start. Let's go get Castro Neves. We got 16 laps to go.
Graham Rahal sights set right now on that third spot on the podium.
Graham Rahal seems to be able to run about anywhere on the course that he wants. He has Elio Castro Neves firmly in the crosshairs.
He is definitely making up ground.
10 laps to go. Let's go get him.
Rahal is poised to make a run, and Elio Castro Neves off the 4.
And here he comes. Graham Rahal looking to the inside, now to the outside of Elio Castro Neves. Who's going to outbreak the other? It's still Elio out in front. Graham Rahal is going to grab the inside line. He's got the nose underneath him. This is the battle for the final step on the podium here, as Castro Neves is third, Rahal is fourth, and Pagano is fifth.
Probably going to get one chance at him. All clear behind.
It continues to simmer. Graham just can't seem to get alongside and make the pass.
3 laps to go.
3 blocking rule that Bo has ruins this.
Graham Rahal, Elio Castro Neves side by side out of 9, heading into turn number 10. Rahal has to duck back behind Castro Neves. That might have been the opportunity for car 38, but Castro Neves held him off.
Will Power off of turn 17 for the final time. He'll see the twin checkered flags. Here's the race to the line for that third spot on the podium. It's going to be Elio Castro Neves as he edges Graham Rahal by just about a car length.
Great job, Graham. Thank you.
We had quicker cars than that today. I just couldn't get by him.
When you're allowed to block, there's just nothing you can do.
Nice job, Graham.
Beautiful job.
Man, I'm sorry, man.
No, you're fine.
Like I just said, if I were in the same position, I'd do the same thing. I was good off too.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, damn it. It was combining my bad with your good. I'm like, oh, please.
We're pushing as hard as we can, and you know, I'm happy that we can at least have those battles, you know, and that we're competitive enough to run with Elio, and we've proven this weekend, and we're going to continue to prove, I think, that, you know, that we belong here and we can compete, and we'll win races, there's no doubt.
One step short of the podium is never fun. But for Graham Rahal, the experience of the last 36 hours is just one more step toward his dream of a championship, following in his father's storied footsteps, yet forging a path on his own. Graham Rahal does indeed belong